Welcome to Game Pick Fantasy. We are on the clock, jumping right in to a $3 million draft. Let's get it. So we are doing Game Pick. We are doing Underdog Fantasy on Dagon, you know, on our computer here actually, and it is the hottest of messes. I'm telling you, like, these people are moving so fast. It is literally out of control. So I'm sitting here. I'm like, well, you know what? Let me hop on really quick and do like a zero RB strategy. All I know is that I turn around and the draft is like rolling. So we're here. Let me try to do a quick little recap for you guys. First pick, we had Justin Jefferson. Then Christian McCaffrey was off the board. Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill. I grabbed Tyreek Hill. And then Cooper Kupp, Bijan Robinson, Travis Kelce, Stephon Diggs. Now we got my man Toledo on the clock. So I would say that I actually did my first one of these Underdog Fantasy Best Ball Mania 4 drafts a little earlier on. It was my first draft actually of the season. I've done a little bit of research since then. I got my, you know what I'm saying, I got my trusty fantasy football index. You guys can see that. Also been checking out Established a Run, who they create some amazing content around best ball. Just really digging in, man. And I'm going to test out this zero RB strategy. So that doesn't mean I'm not going to have any running backs. It just means that I'm not going to prioritize running backs for the first 3 rounds or so. So right now, I'm sitting here about how many picks away am I? Few picks away, 6 picks away. So I'm looking at CD Lamb here. We look like we got Tony Pollard, Jalen Waddle, Chris Olave's around. If I could grab any of those guys, I'd be happy. I'm going to pass on the Jonathan Taylors of the world and just continue to build out my wide receiver core. After Stephon Diggs, after Travis Kelce, we had Stephon Diggs, Austin Eckler at the 1-9, Saquon Barkley at the 110, A.J. Brown, Nick Chubb, and then on the turn we had Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra St. Brown at the, oh, I'm on the clock, let's get it. So let's see what we got left here. So let me close this out. These joints happen fast. So Devontae Smith is here, T. Higgins is here, Calvin Ridley is here. Ooh, man. T. Higgins is interesting, so is Calvin Ridley, but I'm going to just play it safe and grab me some Devontae Smith. So those are my two wide receivers to start. Depending on which wide receivers are available in the 3rd round, I might look for a running back if there's value there. But for me, what my mindset is, my first 3 rounds, I'm trying to grab some wide receivers. For my quarterback, I'm going to probably grab 2 quarterbacks later, maybe in the 8th or the 9th round. I'm not going to reach unless I can get someone like Lamar Jackson or Justin Herbert around the 4th or 5th round. So that's kind of what my strategy is for this draft. Let's get back to our recap. So after Amon-Ra St. Brown at the 214, we had Derrick Henry, CD Lamb, Tony Pollard, Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Chris Olave. I grabbed Devontae Smith, T. Higgins, DJ Metcalf, Jonathan Taylor's off the board, Calvin Ridley, Deebo Samuel, Mark Andrews, and then I'm back on the clock. So with me back up, there's a bunch of good quarterbacks here. And then I have Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen. I really like Jerry Jeudy here. Jerry Jeudy is somebody that I'm targeting in a bunch of different mock drafts that I've done on Fantasy Pros. Also just a guy that I think is due for, a breakout, especially with a new leadership in place in Denver with Sean Payton coming into town. I know that Russell Wilson didn't have the best showing last year, but we've never seen anything that bad from him before. So I'm hoping that Sean Payton can help to revive what's left of Russell Wilson's career, and hopefully Jerry Jeudy can benefit from that. So after Jonathan Taylor, we had Calvin Ridley. Let me stop. So after I picked Devontae Smith, we had T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, and then at the bottom of the second, we had Jonathan Taylor. Then we had Calvin Ridley, Debo Samuel, Mark Andrews. I grabbed Jerry Jeudy, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes. As you can see, these premier quarterbacks are going off the board. It's interesting to see that Jalen Hurts went before Patrick Mahomes. Then we had Josh Allen, Josh Jacobs, just doubling up on the Joshes. Keenan Allen, Lamar Jackson is off the board. That's a little early, but I like it. And then we have LCH 0121 on the clock. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a look here and see what I can put in my queue. I've already drafted 3 wide receivers. So I'm 3 wide receivers in. I'm going to start looking for either a tight end or a running back on my next pick. Now it's time for me to buckle down and see what I can grab here. I'm 5 picks away. Right now, Najee Harris is on the board, Travis Etienne, Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones, Kenneth Walker, Alexander Madison, maybe. Miles Sanders. So for me, I want a running back. I know it's gonna get really ugly if it gets any later, and I don't grab a running back. So I believe with 3 picks, having 3 picks left before my next selection, I can get one of these guys, either Harris, Etienne, or Mixon. If I had a preference, I would likely grab Harris, then maybe Mixon or Etienne. And then under that, the next guy would be Aaron Jones. If I could actually get Aaron Jones on the turn and double up, that would be good. So Najee Harris is off the board. He was snatched up. I'm up in 1 pick. So I'm going to get either Etienne or Joe Mixon. So I'm totally comfortable with that. Excited to see who it is that I get. So Etienne is off the board. So it is Joe Mixon. No problemo. I'm okay with that. Now on the turn, because I'm only 6 picks away, if I could sneak in Aaron Jones, that would be great. I don't think Aaron Jones is going to make it back around to me. But let's go ahead and get back to that recap. After Lamar Jackson, we had Ramondre Stevenson. Then we had at the 4-1, Amari Cooper, Breece Hall. Excuse me? No, I'm good, baby. That's my daughter. DeAndre Hopkins, DJ Moore, Christian Watson, Drake London, Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Joe Mixon. Oh, shoot, I'm up again. Let me get focused. So is he still there? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Aaron Jones here. And I think at the beginning of the live stream, guys, I'm sorry. I might have been saying like the 114, the 115. I apologize about that. I was a little off my game on that, admittedly. Again, this joint like rushed right in, like just like a daggone tsunami the way this draft started. So I think in the first and second round, I might have been doing the recap saying like the 115, the 116. My apologies. I misread that. So back to the recap. We had after Drake London at the 4-6, we had Najee Harris, Travis Etienne. I grabbed Joe Mixon at the 4-9, Mike Williams at the 4-10, Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk. Then at the top of the 5th, we had TJ Hawkinson, George Kittle, Joe Burrow, Aaron Jones. I grabbed him. Justin Field, Mike Evans, JSN, Terry McLaurin, a.k.a. Scary Terry. Justin Herbert is off the board, and that's in the 5th round. That is a great value. I'm going to look to see if I can get a quarterback in the 7th or 8th round. So next I'm looking for a tight end, or I'm going to go back to the wide receivers. After Justin Herbert, we have Deontay Johnson at the 5'10", Kenneth Walker at the 5'11", Chris Godwin at the 5'12", and then Gabe Davis at the 6'1", and then we're all caught up. Jordan Addison at the 6'2". And I'm going to start taking a look at what I got. I'm 14 picks away. Jeez, I can't be 14 picks away. What do you mean 14 picks away? I'm coming right up. Anyway, Darren Waller. Oh, I wish I could have grabbed him. Let me start looking. Let me see what we got here. So I'm looking at Trevor Lawrence right here. I'm looking at Michael. Ooh, I'm looking at Kyle Pitts. I'm targeting Kyle Pitts. Let me throw him in the queue. Ooh, if I could grab me some Kyle Pitts on his next pick, I would be happy. I would be happy. I'm 1 pick away. I'm okay with that. Shish kebabs. Somebody grab them. Gosh darn it. I hate when that happens. So I'm looking at Trevor Lawrence here. Nah. Dallas Goddard. I might as well just grab my tight end because it's gonna get ugly. The later it gets for tight ends, like I'm not even gonna mess with it. And he's not the kind of name that I really am hyped about or excited about. But at least I know that I have one starting tight end. I'll get one of those other guys towards the end of the draft just to have a backup. In terms of my next pick, it looks like there's still tons of value at the quarterback position. Let me just switch here. Take a look. So I got Deshaun Watson, somebody I'm looking at. He could clearly be a top 5 guy. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's who I'm looking at. If he is not available, I think I'll wait a little longer for quarterback. So if he's not available, I'm going to wait a little longer. But if he's there when I'm up for my pick, I'm going to just go ahead and grab him now because he won't be around later. So I'm going to reach just a little bit to make sure I can bring in an elite quarterback. One pick away. So we're up. Let me just go ahead and grab my guy. Boom. So now that order of business is all done. So I grabbed my quarterback. I said I was going to go in the 8th or 9th. I grabbed them in the 7th. I reached a little bit, but that's okay because I would rather grab a person like Deshaun Watson now, despite his sketchy past, right? Like we all know the stories, the stuff that happened with him. People feel the way they feel about him. I get it, but like, hey, I need to make sure I get this $3 million because if you didn't know, the prize for this is $3 million. After Chris Godwin, we had Gabe Davis, George Addison, Darren Waller, Tyler Lockett, Alexander Madison, J.K. Dobbins, Damian Pierce at the 6-7, Kyle Pitts. I grabbed Dallas Goddard. What the heck is that? Marquise Brown, Cam Akers, Trevor Lawrence, DeAndre Swift, George Pickens, Michael Pittman. I grabbed Deshaun Watson, Jahan Dotson, Javonte Williams at the 7-6, Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnson, David Montgomery, Alvin Kamara. Interesting. That might be some value later on. James Cook. And then I'm going to be about, they say 16 picks away. I don't think it's that far. Jeez Louise. So let me take a look and see what's here. So, James Conner. Tons of value. I love James Conner. I love Brandon Cooks here. I think I'm going to probably go wide receiver again. I might double up and grab Cortland Sutton. If I grab Cortland Sutton, then I know if Jerry Jeudy goes down, that I got a number 1 receiver. And, I think that's a plan that I'll be okay with executing here. Let's get back to the recap. So after Zay Flowers, we had Quentin Johnston, David Montgomery, Alvin Kamara, James Cook, Miles Sanders, Treylon Burks, Evan Ingram, Michael Thomas, Dalvin Cook. Oh, new to the New York Jets. I love that one. Brandon Cooks, Rachaad White, Elijah Moore, and then I'm going to be up in a couple of picks. So let me get locked in. So for me, I'm loving Sky Moore here. I'm loving Cortland Sutton. I'm also loving Anthony Richardson. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to just grab me some Cortland Sutton. Also got that safety net with already having Jerry Jeudy. Again, if you don't know how best ball works, guys, best ball is you set and forget. I'm drafting this team, then I don't have to worry about it again until I bring home $3 million. $3 million. It is not a game, people. Jeez Louise. So I'm 4 picks away. Let me get locked in and not worry about a recap right now. I'm going to worry about looking at my squad. So I grabbed Tyreek Hill, Devonta Smith, Jerry Jeudy. Then I grabbed some running backs, Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones. Then I grabbed my TE at Dallas Goddard. Then I grabbed my quarterback, Deshaun Watson, Cortland Sutton. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more picks. Cool. So I'm looking at grabbing a backup quarterback, an elite backup quarterback here, because if, in fact, one of my guys goes down, I'm screwed. I'm really screwed. But there's tons of value here at the quarterback position. I think that there's going to be a guy later, especially like someone like Daniel Jones. So it might make a little more sense for me to actually secure another decent running back. And being that I already have Aaron Jones, I like the idea of having A.J. Dillon. So now I have, again, a safety net if as a handcuff, but also a handcuff that will be valuable that would, be able to produce standalone value. So AJ Dillon is going to be productive with or without an injury. So I like grabbing him there. I also like looking at Pat Fryermuth down here. I'm going to go ahead and throw him in my queue because that's another guy that I would be interested in bringing to the team. Kirk Cousins is another one, Geno, and Danny Dimes. So I'm going to grab one more quarterback likely and another tight end. Other than that, I'm going to probably draft all wide receivers the rest of the way. Maybe grab another running back or two later on. So let's get back to the recap. And I probably won't finish this whole draft, guys. I just wanted to kind of get cooking a little bit to see if we can win this $3 million. The energy is just better for me when I'm like doing it, live on camera with, like trying to get my money right. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I'm talking about $3 million. You know what I'm saying? This is not like, this is not $100 prize. We talking $3 million. Let me adjust my mic over here. Let's see if this is. Yeah, we talking $3 million. You know what I'm saying? Like real money, real big money, Tingaguan. And if you didn't know, you can actually play for $3 million as well. Well, all you have to do is check out the sponsor of this episode, Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the best place to play fantasy sports, including best ball, daily drafts, and pick'em. Start drafting in minutes for a shot at big cash and an enhanced game watching experience. Sign up today and use the promo code GAMEPICK, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. It's like getting free money. Don't miss out on your chance to double up from the jump. To sign up, just download the Underdog Fantasy app on Android or iOS. All right, so we are going to be up again. Let me get focused. It's saying I'm 11 picks away, but I'm like 1 pick away. Like, you mean 1? Jeez Louise, they just trying to throw me off. So Tyler Boyd is here, but I'm grabbing Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes has so much upside, uses his feet. Like I have to. Like, that makes so much sense to me. Now I feel really good at quarterback. I can really lock in on wide receivers and running backs right now and really see if I can clean up. I have a little bit of a tickle in my throat. This is some vitamin C here I'm going to sip up on. So let's see if we can quickly do a quick little recap here. Don't remember where we were. I know it's probably maybe right around Michael Pittman, perhaps. Was that it? Is it Michael Pittman? Nah, we came back around. We did like Elijah Moore, Sky Moore. Oh shoot, I'm up. Yo, this joint be happening mad fast, yo. Zay Jones, Damian Harris. I'm gonna grab me some Zay. Did I get him? That was close. Woo! By the skin of my teeth. I can't do recaps anymore, guys. We are like almost out of time. Hey, baby, it's my daughter. Let daddy finish up, baby. I'm gonna come in there and hang out with you, okay?
What about our dance party?
You wanna do our dance party? All right, cool. Let's do our dance party. I think I've drafted enough. Listen, folks, I did how many rounds? Let me make sure I don't like short the people. I did 11 rounds, y'all. I got a whole 5-year-old here. I'm gonna go have some fun with her. Listen, the most important thing is make sure you play Underdog Fantasy Best Ball Mania 4. $3 million on the line. Make sure you use the promo code GamePick and Underdog will match your deposit up to $100. Don't forget, play the waivers, set your lineups, and follow GamePick, you freaking fantasy nerd. Peace.